Well, hey there, everyone. Dr. Lisa Faast here, and I just wanted to give a little bit update on semaglutide compounding. Since it is after April 22nd, I've gotten tons of questions, just pharmacy owners wanting to make sure that you're following the rules, following what the FDA says, following everything that you're supposed to do. So I am recording this video as of April 23rd, and there has been no decision on the injunction motion by the court that is on the semaglutide case that OFA is bringing against the manufacturers. Now, what that means is you can still continue to compound. And the reason you can still continue to compound is because in the FDA's guidance, and I'll post the link below wherever you're watching this video or audio, and the FDA says for 503As, so we're going to talk about 503As, which is most of you, 99.99% of you that are watching this are 503As. So for 503As, the deadline was April 22nd, which was yesterday, or the date of the injunction decision, whichever is later. So since we do not have a decision on the injunction yet, you can continue to compound until that decision is made. Now, depending on what that decision is, you might be able to continue to compound if we win, if we, the global we, if OFA wins that injunction, then you'll be able to continue compounding because it's striking down the stoppage of compounding. Now, if the injunction is denied, like it was in the Tirzepatide case, then the date that is denied, so whatever date the court publishes the ruling, well, the judge publishes his ruling, if it is denied, that date will become the final date that you can compound semaglutide and dispense 503A compounded semaglutide. So hopefully that answers a lot of your questions. Now, switching gears to 503Bs. So 503Bs had a different date. Their date is May 22nd, which is in about a month from now. And so if there is no decision on the injunction date by May 22nd, they can continue to compound. If it is after May 22nd, then the date the decision comes down in the court. If it's denied, then that date would be the date they have to stop compounding. If it's approved, obviously they can keep compounding. Now, if the injunction decision comes in between now and May 22nd, 503B still have till May 22nd because the language in the FDA says whichever date is later. So they have at least until May 22nd. It's not going to be before that, but if there is no decision, it might be after that. Now, talking to you 503As that don't compound your own, but you purchase from a 503B. So 503B to 503A sales, right? So most legal opinion is that if you are a 503A, but you are dispensing 503B made product, that you follow the 503B rules or dates. So you would have until May 22nd to continue to purchase from your 503B and dispense those to your patient-specific prescriptions. That is my opinion. There's never been like an official interpretation of that as far as I know. Most other people in this world agree with that. However, you always want to follow what your state board of pharmacy says. The other thing is I'm getting lots of questions about Tirzepatide. So what I just talked about was semaglutide. So switching gears to Tirzepatide. I get a lot of questions are, why are pharmacies still compounding? How is this pharmacy still doing it? You know, this pharmacy combined with the vitamin, is that how I get around it? There's a lot of questions out there. And the thing with law, you know, I think everybody who makes law hopes that the law is very clear and, you know, because we want people to go down a certain direction with the law, right? But we find that that just isn't the case. There's a lot of room for interpretation when it comes to law. Now, my personal opinion and my personal stance is I'm not continuing to compound Tirzepatide. That's just my personal stake. I don't have the cojones to worry about any legal ramifications, whether it's from my state board of pharmacy or from any of the manufacturers. Obviously, lots of pharmacies are continuing to compound. Some are combining with the vitamin. Now, the FDA has said that if you take one commercially available product and another commercially available product, and you basically put those together, that does not make a unique combination, if you will. It's still basically a commercial copy, right? So some people are changing up the doses. They're doing different things. I still am concerned about patent law, and I don't want any lawsuits from the manufacturers. They actually just launched four new lawsuits yesterday. They were going after some of the doctors. So they are hitting, they meaning the manufacturers, I'm just combining Novo and Lilly together. They have proven they are not afraid of litigation to protect these drugs. They're going after some of the telehealth companies, saying that they're corporate practice of medicine. So they are getting really creative, and they have no problem bringing lawsuits. And I just don't want to be a part of that. So that is a personal decision that you have to make. It also might depend a bit on your state. There are some states that are very pro continuing compounding, and there are some states that are very not, again, very not for continuing to compound Tirzepatide. So that's kind of like the update of the compounding of the GLP-1s. Again, semaglutide, yesterday was April 22nd. You as a 503A can still compound because there is no decision on the injunction. The date, whatever date that injunction happens, if it's denied, that is the last day that you can compound semaglutide as a 503A, 503B. Same thing, just fast forward to May 22nd on those dates. So we've got a month, at least a month, as that 503Bs will be able to continue to compound. If you were a 503A and are selling from a 503B, I would stock up a bit, at least to be able to service the patients that you have, or maybe service those longer day supply that you can get. I've seen some doctors do 3-month supplies. Yes, there might be some doctors out there that'll do a 6-month supply or something, but a lot of the practitioners that I've talked to are comfortable doing a 3-month supply of semaglutide to get it in before that deadline. I recommend, there's 3 503Bs that we have a great partnership with. BPI Labs, John Georges is our main rep, so I'll put his contact info below. PQ Pharmacy, another great 503B. Austin is our main contact over there. And then Olympia Pharmacy, which we have fantastic discount program with. That discount program is just for members. And so if you're not a member, I encourage you to join, because why aren't you a member? We're awesome for pharmacy owners. But really, the discounts that you unlock, not just with Olympia, we actually have like 20, I don't know. We have a lot of discounts with lots of companies that'll help you run your pharmacy better. And so you get to unlock those when you become a member at any level. So join our membership and be awesome and make money and save time and all the great things that happen with pharmacy owners whenever they're a part of Pharmacy Badass University. So hopefully that answers some of your questions about the compounding stuff out there. I wish it was super clear, for everybody, but there's a lot of kind of interpretation when it comes to law. That's why lawyers have jobs, right? We got to keep the legal field in business. But if you have any questions or any uncertainty, feel free to reach out to me. You can, put it in the comment sections below. You can, contact me in whichever platform that you're on, and I'm happy to try to answer those questions for you. And as always, when it comes to compounding, follow APC. You should be a member of APC. I highly encourage you to do that. They are fighting for our rights in every which way to compound as much as we possibly can within the guidelines of the law. So highly recommend you that. All right. Hopefully that was helpful for you. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.